lot of inventory coming online from Netflix, Disney Plus, and other suppliers. And while brand advertisers are literally not spending more, they're spending less. So that's going to create a price war, and you're going to see declining prices. The two of those combined are having a pretty negative impact in the near term on these markets. But I think you'll see more growth in the second half.
2022 was just packed with news and significant events. You think back to February and the start of the war in Ukraine, the impact that had on advertising and the shock that Meta gave us in February. And then by the end of the year, we're talking about ad-supported tiers for Disney, for Netflix, and the market's changed its conversation. How important were those sort of big ticket items in 2022?
You see how, so this is why this still matters. Netflix got that ad tier. I don't think does Disney have the ad tier yet? I don't know. Like, so yeah, I don't have the ad tiers, but I know Netflix actually had set the ad tier. So see a lot of this, it wasn't happening then, but it's happening now, and there's a reason why. So I think so yeah, no, I did speak about this via Spotify catch up quick podcast um with Apple actually creating starting to create these ad tier iPhones, right? That's what I call them, ad tier iPhones. So that's the basic iPhones, iPhone 16, SEs, etc. So that is actually hurting, which I believe that is actually hurting the 16 Pros and the Pluses. And it's the same thing, which is crazy. I don't believe Netflix. I don't believe Netflix. Subscribers have grown substantially like that, as well as the revenue. Like it's just crazy. The stock has been on a massive tear, and it's based off of the amount of subscribers. And I know it has this gaming sector, etc. But come on, like it even said recent that, what did they say? That the NFL and Tyson fight, um yeah, the revenue from that is very small compared to everything else, which is insane. The stock had ran around those initial mentions of this being on Netflix. So you know, it's like kind of crazy to hear these things. So I don't believe like they're being upfront. I don't believe Netflix ER is up front. I don't believe a lot of things that we're seeing in the market is up front as far as earnings go. Um, because again, like as you hear from this video, this stuff is just happening, and there's a reason why it's happening. Adding these ad tier levels, and again, you only add tier levels not to get more not to gain more subscribe. It does attract more attention. It could possibly bring in new subscribers, but the consumer is strapped. It's how to keep them on, especially with all of these platforms, all of these subscriptions. Everything has a subscription. You can't even PixArt has a subscription. Nothing is really free anymore as far as apps go. Uh yeah, apps has turned into to cable. It's a lot more lucrative than cable. So yeah, I'm gonna get back into this.
In shaking up the landscape in advertising?
Yeah, I don't think that kind of news. I mean, obviously, the war in Ukraine then affected.
So yeah, so it's up on the what podcast was he on? Um the Rogan podcast. So he said Apple wasn't, yeah, I'm just picking at this here. Apple hasn't haven't yeah, I'm definitely picking at this here because I'm happy this just hit my brain. Um haven't invented anything since the iPhone, so since Steve Jobs. But then if you look at exactly what Meta is doing, what is Meta doing? They've taken what Google did 2014 with Ray-Ban, which was the smart glasses, right? Um the way Meta went about it, yes, it's obviously more attractive versus the original Ray-Ban and Google glasses, but there was no innovation there. That was pretty much taking a thrown away project from another from another company and pretty much just rebranding it. Um Again, it's a struggle throw. And so I only mention this because uh so Meta said if Apple if their rules were different, they would have a whole lot more revenue. So this is typically what I'm talking about. That ad revenue is threatened in every possible way, and it's only going to get more threatened and thin with a whole lot more creators hitting the scene. You even see it with YouTube. They pretty much changed how creators are being paid. A lot of things has shifted, and it's pretty much the orange juice, which I'm now going to call the um the orange juice effect. The orange juice effect. They said it's starting to become way too expensive to make orange juice with oranges. Even even the orange juice, even the orange sector has pretty much f- now want to get into the game of how to cut cost and be able to put something super cheap on the market and collect more profit. So I'm going to start calling everything the orange juice effect.
The stock market. So I think what we saw is over the summer, advertisers just somewhat panicked and didn't know what to do. But that started to recover in the second half of the year. At least in our business, we ended the year with record-breaking months. So if that's any indication of the larger market, advertisers, like I said, panicked over the summer. And I think once they got in the holiday season, they realized, look, if we're going to grow our business, we're going to have to spend money to reach consumers. So I think ultimately the market in the second half kind of stabilized. But again, these macro forces, especially like price wars coming from so much supply,
Yeah.
those kind of things are just having a big overall effect. I think it will create a better future, though, and meaning that there's no longer this duopoly of just Google and Meta, dominating advertising. I
Yeah.
think television is now digital. It's going to really have a big impact on the overall market.
Okay, so
But so yeah, I'm going to stop it there. So pretty much just that, right? There's going to be so much competition, man. So much competition. TikTok is not in that conversation. But yeah. So again, I'm gonna pop this. I'm gonna pop this up because I don't want people to believe like I'm just short just cuz. So um I was long Reddit from the jump since IPO. It only made sense because at the end of the day, not even just because of the AI, but again, social media networks. There's not that many powerful social media networks that's out there. I'm not counting Snap. At the end of the day, if even looking at these dates here on these posts that I've made, looking at these dates here, you see that I'm ahead of everything that has been occurring in the markets. And why I'm saying now, to me, I believe it is time to short. And it's only because it was already profitable from the beginning, and everything now at this point has become a risk. That's Meta, that's Reddit. Of course, with these Reddit sales popping up, this is these Reddit sales popping up. At the end of the day, record amount of selling from insiders here. They're taking advantage of retail buyers here being extra bullish, extremely bullish still here in the markets. So again, it's pretty much me taking a safer bet to me. Uh there's obviously levels there's obviously levels that I'm looking on here at. So actually just pulling this up, I'm actually going to do some live trading here. I'm going to remove these come this week and actually show you how my charts hold up and during live trading. So again, as you may remember from my last video, so just from here, you see these you see these rejections here at this top line, right? There's more things that I can put in here to show more ways that Meta could actually continue to break out. But I don't believe we'll see it unless I don't believe we'll see it unless we get some serious bullish news. This week we do have jobless claims. We have retail sales, and something else this week that's obviously earnings Reddit. But again, you see Meta hitting these top lines multiple times here, and we got this shooting star on the weekly, and it's better to see it on a weekly versus the daily. Let's actually look at the daily since we have it. So we sort of have it here. I don't like this. This is a larger block here. You want to look for these thinner lines. You see this one here. But again, you see that 730 was like to be tested here on a daily on Friday, but you see like these tape lines are so strong the stock did not break out. Again, when it ran up um on open, it was already up 1.5% on open Friday, February 7th, and I literally posted false breakout. And it was a perfect time to short on some YOLOs. Of course, jumped in on some YOLOs high and literally banked on those. I'm still holding long short positions on this stock. So any opportunity that I do see above this 730 on Foles breakouts, I'm going to take advantage of them. Again, if this stock breaks out anymore, I mean, just look at this massive, massive parabolic trend here. Uh, if we see any more breakouts here, again, I do feel like it is going to be one huge shoot for this 840 area, possibly. Again, I don't see it. I can't. Let's see if I'm gonna try to again. Stocks don't even move like this. This is what I'm saying. I don't believe like it would have to happen literally. I mean, this is the weekly, so again, it would have to happen all in one week. It will have to happen all in one week. So pretty much sort of like let's see if it shows on Tesla. Not even on Tesla. You see how this. So all of this was still intact, but if you look at Meta, it's not. It has already done that. It has already done that, and it's right here. It has already done that. So I don't believe like it could go any higher. It would have to be done all in one week and possibly the 840, but it would sell right back off, which it can do that. So just looking like let's just say they do push this to this 840, 900, whatever, some crazy number just based off of the inside sales. It would still fall back down into this channel back February. It would have to because again stocks just don't trade like you can't algos cannot draw like that. So just saying any opportunity that I see of a false breakout, I'm actually going to take advantage of it. So again, just 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 pretty much everything I mentioned. It pretty much makes sense why I'm short Meta. I feel like a nice opportunity here, even better than Tesla. Also, I do feel like this AI situation will implode, and it's just based off the fact that it was open source. A lot of people actually can use it, create their own, train their own AI, and it's going to create massive competition. So obviously, these larger companies are going to look to cut costs in other spaces just because there are going to be massive competition on a much larger scale. So again, it's like they create something and then it comes back and bite them. Actually, OpenAI actually had mentioned the CEO. They wish that they did not make it open source. They knew they messed up.